The organization of political parties is much like an upside down federalist triangle. There are more local organizations that control or shape policy concerns that the national party organizations have to eventually address. So political parties are a grassroots phenomenon. The roots grow the grass at the top. So if that makes sense to you, you can think of the people at the local level are the roots. Without the people at the local level, the political parties wouldn't work because they wouldn't know what actions or what steps to take next or which policies to endorse in their platform. So political parties are an example of upside down federalism, which means decentralized, because our federalism pyramid, at the top of the federalism pyramid is the federal government, at the bottom is the local level. But when you're talking about political party structures, you want to flip that. You want to put the local is the most important, and then the national party structure really only has a role every 4 or so years when we come around to a presidential election. But until really the 1920s, the party machine dominated politics. A type of political party, a party machine is a type of political party that relies on rewarding its members in some particular fashion with jobs or contracts. Now, those jobs and contracts are called the patronage system, or what you might be familiar with as the spoil system. But they used to do other things, like ballot tampering. They would stuff boxes with ballots reflecting a vote for their candidate. They would pay people to vote twice. Now, this was before registration, where people kept track of how many times you voted. So they would pay people to vote early and vote often. They exchanged votes for favors, like I'll give you the trash pickup contract to your company if your guys vote for my candidate. Patronage is along those same lines of giving favors. Patronage was rewarding loyal members with important government jobs. The result was that you added to the size of government, local and state and national government, because you needed to find jobs for your supporters. And the result was more unqualified people received jobs. Immigrant support. Party machines recruited on the docks. And they did do good things. Don't get me wrong, immigrants, they were helped by political machines or party machines in the process of being assimilated into the United States. The party machines helped immigrants find jobs. They helped their kids find jobs. They helped them find a place to live. So they did give immigrant support, and in return, they expected the immigrants to vote for them. All right. State parties. The state party, remember, is really, each state has different party organizations. Some states have stronger party organizations than others, but the one responsibility that states' parties have is holding primary elections. And they decide, the state parties decide whether they're going to hold a primary election or a caucus. Don't forget your primaries. You have closed primaries, where only people who have registered with the party are allowed to vote in that party's primary and nominate a party's candidate. There's open primaries where voters can choose which party's primary they want to vote in. So if I'm a Democrat, I can choose to vote in the Republican primary if I wanted. And then there's a thing called blanket primaries. Blanket primaries are when candidates from both parties are listed on the ballot, so voters can choose different party candidates for different offices. So it's a blanket because it covers all different nominees and all different particular candidates for office. Okay. National parties. Again, the national party organization, the supreme power within each of the parties is a national convention, and the national party convention really meets only every 4 years to write the party's platform and nominate its candidate for president and vice president. Now, the National Party Committee does keep the party operating between the 4 years of the convention, but the day-to-day activities of the party are really They're conducted by a national chairperson, and that national chairperson keeps in contact with what's going on at the state party and the local parties. Because remember, I said it's a grassroots system where what the people at the local level and the state level want within the party is reflected in the national party policy platform.